So I will say that I don't agree with everything that Kamala Harris stands for, and I'm not that knowledgeable about it. That's why I'm having the debate so I can learn. But I also don't agree with Trump. So
On what though? What?
I just don't.
And this is what I just said this earlier in the video. I just said this.
Hi. I don't
Hello.
really have a specific question. What is something that you like to debate about?
Anything? What's on your mind? I want to make it more fair for you. I'm not here to pick debates. I'm here to try to teach. So, what do you tend to be more conservative or liberal?
More liberal.
Okay. Tell me how you got to that way, and tell me. This is not a trick. I'm not here to debate college kids. I'm here to try to teach. If someone debates me, I'll debate back. But
I like the fact that he said that, because a big criticism of Charlie Kirk specifically is that he likes to debate students who don't know what they're talking about, which I don't agree with. I think college is the only time where you can just learn without worrying about paying bills or anything else that's real life. College is a literal environment specifically tailored towards learning information. So the fact that people are alluding to college kids being dumb, it's just not true. It's really genuinely not true. It's kind of like an excuse for college students. But anyways, I like the fact that he said he's there to teach students rather than debate them. And I think that's a good point. If she wants to debate, she'll initiate a debate. If not, he'll teach them. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I mean, it's kind of just what aligns with my morals. I'm myself. I'm a queer person. And I know that you have a lot of stuff that you wouldn't agree with me on. But I think it's important to actually debate the topics and not just fight. So
I totally agree. Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
When I grew up, calling someone queer was like a slur. Can you tell me what that means? I mean that sincerely. And how is it different than just saying you're lesbian or bisexual or gay?
So it can be different for everyone, because gender, sexuality, it's a spectrum just like anything else. And for me personally, I like everyone.
No, but what does queer mean though?
Queer, it's just a label.
What does the label mean?
It's different for everyone.
Okay. No, I know, but that doesn't.
I hear people going, "Oh my God."
No, I just want I want a definition. I mean, I'm not trying to put you as a trap though. I mean this because when I grew up, if I called somebody queer, I would get in trouble. Just give me like a working definition.
Yeah.
I would also like a definition, because I'm not really sure on the current definition of the word. I don't even want to say it, the word. But I want to see how she explains this, because it definitely used to be a slur, at least when I was a child, or even when I was in high school, in younger grade school, it was a slur. So it's just interesting how the times have changed.
When I grew up, if I called somebody queer, I would get in trouble. Just give me like a working definition.
Yeah, so queer is just something that you identify as with your sexuality. It can be related to gender too.
Right, but how do you know once you achieve queer? Like what is the... Like, can you give me saying that anybody can be it doesn't tell me what that thing is. That makes sense, though? Like, it'd be like saying you become an adult when you feel like you're an adult. I mean, you have to say that there is an objective.
I'm glad that everyone's having so much fun.
Well,
with
they're
this.
laughing because I'm trying to glean like what it means.
Yeah.
Because when someone says queer, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, so that's what a debate is for.
Debate back.
Thank you. So, it's literally just a identity.
Right. Okay. But right. But like, what is that identity? For example, if I were to say I'm a conservative, let me give an example.
Yeah.
A conservative is someone who believes in small government, strong borders, American exceptionalism, the Constitution. How would you then give a definition?
So right now he's basically grilling her on her definition of the Q word. I don't even want to say it. He's grilling her on her definition, which rightfully so. She didn't technically define the word. And he's kind of using the definition of conservative to combat her current definition, which I think there's an important message here. And the important message goes into how we define terms, how we define words, and even laws, and what you stand for. If your definition of something or your stance on something is so subjective and so general, we can't even compete against it, and we can't even go against it. And that's what's kind of happening, I see, on the left. They have something they stand for or something that they're against, and you say, why are you against that? Why do you stand for that? And they'll say, I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong, or I just feel this. I just feel that. It doesn't seem right. If someone says something like that, how are you possibly supposed to go against what they're saying if it's just so broad? Anyways, let's continue.
Definition of queer that someone looking at could say, oh, that is queer. Like, connect the dots.
So, I'm gay, right?
Okay, no, that's good. So,
Yeah.
but then, so what's the difference then, gay and queer?
The whole point of it is that it has a different definition for everyone.
No, I know, but what is the difference then of gay and queer?
Next person.
No! I get more questions, right?
Yeah, sure.
When did I say I was good at it?
No, guys, I'm not trying. I mean this because I think that in society, just so you know my perspective,
So,
they're not
what?
chanting at you, just so you know.
No, I have a real question.
Okay.
I have a real question. What are your favorite policies that you want implemented from Trump? Like if he were to be elected?
I think we should drill our natural resources to bring down the price of oil and natural gas. I think we should broker peace between Russia and Ukraine. I think we should try to end the Israeli war as quickly and as humanely possible. I believe we should secure the southern border, cut taxes for middle-income earners, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, no men and women's sports. Those are just some of the policies off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I agree that taxes should be lowered because the taxes are extremely high, especially here. And I know you brought up earlier that it's way more expensive now to have housing than it was even like a couple years ago. And I think it's super important to talk about that because it's really impossible for especially college students to be expected to have housing after they graduate.
So, totally agree. So why is it that when Trump was president, an average house you could get at $75,000 combined income a year, now it's $130,000 a year? Why is that?
So I will say that I don't agree with everything that Kamala Harris stands for, and I'm not that knowledgeable about it. That's why I'm having the debate so I can learn. But I also don't agree with Trump. So
On what though? What?
I just don't.
And this is what I just said this earlier in the video. I just said this. I just said it. When your opinion, it's like I'm gonna say it, bro. It's a liberal thing. It's a very liberal thing. They refuse to define and classify terms and classify claims. I just said this earlier when they say, oh, I just believe this. And you say, why do you believe this? I just do. It feels right, or I just feel. How is anyone supposed to respond to that if nothing you say is technical or literal? Charlie Kirk gave examples. He gave lists and examples of things that he stands for and why he supports Trump in the next presidential election. This was her opportunity, if she's voting for Kamala Harris, to say, okay, Trump did that, but Kamala Harris did this, and this. What she did was say, well, I don't really know what Kamala Harris did, which is understandable. You don't know. It's fine. But I just don't like Trump. Why don't you like Trump? I just don't. What? Explain it. Explain why you don't. You could probably convince someone, but you don't have a reason.
Though what?
I just don't.
Can you give me?
Yup, boo me!
I'm not. Don't. No, guys, don't. No, please.
Yes!
Don't boo.
Thank
Don't
you,
boo.
guys.
Please don't boo. What's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor, thank you for coming up. Can you give me 2 things that you don't agree with Trump on, or would you like me to try to win you over for Trump?
So you're not going to be able to do that, but I appreciate it.
Well, then you're not open-minded.
Well, first of all,
If you say that there's nothing you can then hear to be won over for Trump, then you got to give me a good reason, at least 2, why you don't like Trump.
he's racist. Yup, boo me.
Use Google.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so let me ask you a dumb question. Can you define what does it mean to be racist?
Do you want me to look up a definition?
No, I want you to. You said he's a racist, so you must have a definition of racism in your mind. Tell me what that definition is.
Okay, so, I'm gonna make you guys wait on this. Ooh, zero knowledge.
Guys, please don't heckle. I want to try to understand because these words have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
But you can't get. I know it's hard on the spot. I just want you to think about it because if you say Trump is a racist, you should be able to easily give a definition of what that word means.
So it's hatred towards another race, right?
So when has he ever exhibited that? Give me clear and specific examples.
You got one?
She probably doesn't have any clear and specific examples because she doesn't even know why she said that. She doesn't understand why she just called Donald Trump a racist. And that's kind of what makes these type of debates, it kind of just annoys me a little bit. People have these preconceived notions of someone, and whether or not you believe something or not, that's up to you. But at least have a reason behind why you support something or why you believe something. Why is Donald Trump racist? Why do you believe that? What did he do? Did he say something? We don't know because you won't tell us. You believe he's a racist. I'm black. I am black, obviously. If Donald Trump did some racist things and you can say it right now, if there's someone you can convince, it's me. I'm black. If he's racist against black people, he's racist and I will be affected, right? But you don't have anything. And every time I watch these videos, there's never a real claim as to why these people are saying stuff. And it's like, it makes me not trust you. It makes me not believe you. It makes me think that you're a little delusional, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, I heard someone say he told. Yes!
Okay, but let me just help you out here.
Uh-huh.
What you think he's a racist because the media has told you he's a racist. Because you can't give me an example off the top of your head, and even when you phone a friend to the audience. I'm not criticizing you. Maybe the media is lying to you. Maybe the man who's being called a racist is actually someone that's trying to improve lives of all Americans.
I think this is fun, guys. So.
Okay, so let me just ask one final question for you.
Yeah.
Which is, you say you are liberal.
Yeah.
Right? And you say you lean to the left.
Yeah.
Are you open-minded to have your mind changed on your core political principles?
On my core political principles?
Or philosophical?
If it's a fact, then sure.
Cool. So can I give you a fact I want you to think about? Kamala Harris, as she's been in charge of the border, we have 320,000 missing children right now in this country that were all sex trafficked or labor trafficked across the southern border. Do you agree that that should probably get more attention?
I think any type of issue like that should get attention.
Have you heard about that before me mentioning it?
Not really. Like I said, I don't really know that much.
No, but hold on. But you knew enough to say Trump was a racist. Why do you think you don't know that there's 320,000 missing kids in America? Why is that?
It's not really presented in the media. The media is so focused right now on the battle between conservative and liberal.
But isn't that a core part of the battle, that the liberal vice president has allowed 320,000 kids to go missing?
So how has she allowed that exactly?
Because she's the vice president. And I hate when people do this. If something happens under the president and the vice president, they allowed it. I don't care about Congress. Of course, Congress matters. But no, they allowed it, point blank, period. Because if something good happens in America, if we strike oil in Kansas and we find $2 trillion worth of oil in Kansas, you know what they'll call that? The Joe Biden oil reserve. So yes, if something good happens, it'll be under the president. But if something bad happens, it can't be under the president? No, we voted for that leader. He or she is the leader of America. Whatever happens under their leadership is them. If there are 300,000 missing kids in America, it's them. It's them. We voted for you. You're our leader. You can't only get the good, but not the bad. That's not fair to us as citizens, and that's not fair to them. Well, it probably will be better for them if they only got the good and not the bad. But I'm not buying that, man. That's not fair.
Good question. She's in charge of the border. She has stopped DNA testing at the border. So if a kid comes to the border, 12 years old, and someone says, I'm their father, there's no DNA rapid testing that takes 90 seconds to make sure that's actually the father. Most times it's a pimp that is selling the girl into sex slavery in the interior of the United States. Kamala Harris specifically got rid of that policy.
So it was in place before?
Yes, when Donald Trump was president, it required DNA testing, and families would remain together, and they were not granted asylum into the interior of the country, and we had to remain in Mexico, the lowest border crossings in American history. Under Kamala Harris, we have 10 million people coming illegally into America.
Yeah, she didn't even understand. I don't even know why she went up there to debate him, but I'm happy that she asked questions and she learned some information. That was crazy. But anyways, if you have any suggestions, comment down below. It's LFR Jojo, and I'll see you in the next one.